I pulled into the Goodwill Bins, or the Goodwill outlet as it's known, at the Cockrell location, and today I am on the hunt for some Christmas things that I can make over for Christmas in July. And I'm going to be showing you not only my hunt and the very end, a haul, but I am going to make over a couple of things as we go through the video. So come shopping with me and crafting with me, and let's get into the Christmas spirit. Now, I found this incredible box of all these brand new Easter eggs, but since it was not Christmas, I left those behind. Whoops! I love this tobacco basket, and someone had already attached like a holder to it. So in the basket it went. And now let's go ahead and make this over. What I want to do is make like a Christmas arrangement in here as we're doing Christmas in July. So I went in my stash and I dug out a few things. I bought all of these at Hobby Lobby at 90% off after Christmas. So they are $14.99. So I got these for $1.49 per branch. Isn't that incredible? What I'm gonna start off by doing is like stripping away this branch, and I'm just pulling it apart. And you can either tuck like foam in here, but I'm gonna try and just put this in without tucking the foam in and see how that works. So again, I'm just gonna grab this other branch. So I think what I'm gonna do is pull that pine cone out separate and then put this branch in. Let me pull away this other bunch. Look at those gorgeous berries. Okay, so what I think I want to do is start by putting all the branches in first. I have branches on all three sides, so I am separating and adding more branches in from the same pick. So I got some different ribbon to try out. I'm kind of drawn to this one, which I did get from Sam's Club last year after Christmas on sale. But I also have these ribbons. I love this one, so I'm gonna try and see if this will work. I'm gonna start by making a loop. I'm gonna make a double bow, and this is single-sided ribbon, so we are gonna have to do some twists. So I'm just pinching it together in the middle, and then I'm going to make a second bow a hair bigger than the first one, and I'm going to gather it together like that. Then I'm going to go to this other side. I'm going to twist like that and then make my second loop about like that. Okay. Then you have to twist this because this is going to be your forward facing tail, your bow tail. I think that looks good. And you can gather these things with anything. I think probably some of the easiest that I have ever used is zip ties. So if you can get a small zip tie, it's super fast and easy. But you know, today I'm just using some twine that I have. If you have wire, that works great too, but I'm all about just using what you have on hand. Don't go out and buy zip ties if you don't have them already in your stash, or if you have string or excess ribbon, you can always use that embroidery floss. That would work, as well as wire. Now what I'm gonna do is just cut the tail end of this bow, and I am using wired ribbon, and I really think if you want something to last for more than one season, you really need wired ribbon so it can be fluffed out again. I'm just going to use some hot glue to fasten this, and you can tie it on there, again wired on there. I love hot glue because it holds for your season, but it also comes off easy, because my thought is I can change out the insides of this by every season and use this to hang on a wall, or whoever, you know, purchases this can use it for every season. I love making, like adding some more dimension by squishing that ribbon. So I'm just gonna take a dot of hot glue and attach this little piece of ribbon on here. This end right here, I'm gonna do a dovetail on. So you fold it in half, and then all you do is cut from the top down on an angle, and then you get like the perfect dovetail. And I'm again gonna use some hot glue just right on this basket to attach that ribbon. I love all that movement, right? Don't you think that looks so good? I think it's so fun. So I'm going to flip this up a little bit, put a dab of hot glue to poof that in place like that, and again I'm going to cut a dovetail from the top down like that. I'm going to glue this right here. Just a dab of hot glue. Look how pretty that looks on the wall, right? And this would make such a great hostess gift. It would be perfect for you to even hang on your door and change out the insides. It'd be a great neighbor gift if you are in a Bible study. It would be an awesome gift. I'm gonna try and sell this for $15. And now let's go back to the haul and see what other treasures I found. Next, what I wanted to do with this beautiful table runner is to turn these trees into ornaments. To do that, I'm taking my fabric scissors, and my fabric scissors are just a little bit more sharp. And so what I want to do is cut out some of these. I think these would make great, beautiful package toppers as well. I'm just gonna start off by rough cutting out some of these Christmas trees. I've got 2 of these cut out. You can see the stitching is also on the back, but it is clear there is a front and a back side. So what I'm going to do is match that up with another one and put the wrong sides together, and I'm going to line them up. I'm going to pin them, and then I'm going to stitch around the edge right here. I've gone ahead and pinned those wrong sides together, and I'm gonna stitch around this. I have this gold thick thread. I'm gonna tie this in a little knot down here. So all I'm doing is making a loop, and then I'm gonna pull that through. So I'm just tying that off in a knot, and I want to leave it long enough for an ornament hanger. Clip off the end right here, and I'm going to remove my pin. I'm going to put the knot below where I'm gonna stitch, so the knot will be hidden. So now I'm just gonna go ahead again and take my little straight pin and push it through all the layers of the fabric and back along the side. I'm gonna go to the sewing machine, and I'm also gonna be stitching with gold thread. I've got this sewed together, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just clip off all the little excess strings. And I did go in and out, but you don't have to do that. You could just make like a triangle around this. So you can make it as difficult or as easy as you would like. And what I'm now gonna do is just cut with my scissors near the edge of the fabric and the stitching. Look at that beautiful tree ornament. Oh my gosh, I think that is lovely. I think that is so pretty. This is option number 2. This tree was already stitched, so all I had to do was just cut it and trim it. So I didn't even have to do any more stitching on it. And so we can just decorate this up any way you want. The first thing I'm gonna do is attach this ornament hanger to the back. So I'm gonna put just a dab of hot glue on here. I'm going to lay this knot right in the middle of that. Okay, so we've got the loop on the top, and then I'm just gonna add just a tad more hot glue here, and I'm going to put this a little star right on the back, right over that to hide it. And then to match it on the front, I'm going to again put a dab of hot glue and then put this star here. Now you can decorate this with anything that you like. If you want to put buttons, you can do that. If you just want to use puffy paint, you can do that. I think I'm going to grab a few stars here and just maybe lay them around. Kind of like that for decoration. I love the way that that looks. So I'll just go ahead, and what I'm doing is I'm just staggering them. So I think these are both so elegant, right? So now let's take a closer look at both of these beautiful ornaments. And now let's hop on back to the end of the haul. I got a red boa. That's gonna be so fun to play with. And I got this little tree topper, a little piece of greenery, got some Christmas berries, and this really sweet fabric. If you love budget-friendly, thrifting, seasonal decorating, and making your home feel warm and welcoming without spending a fortune, you're in the right place. So I hope you will subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.